Next up at UFC Kansas City, we have Piera Rodriguez taking on Gillian Robertson. Gillian Robertson is 11-7 overall, 2-3 in her last 5. She's coming off that submission win over Maria Agapova, and she's taking on undefeated Piera Rodriguez, who is coming off the decision win over Sam Hughes. And it was very Sam Hughes-esque fight, except Piera won the first 2 rounds and then gave up that third.
We'll see if she gets in trouble for mentioning that betting stuff, but you can't help but have respect for Sam Hughes. I mean, she just keeps beating the shit out of all these prospects. Yeah. And she's a fun girl. I mean, she's a cool girl.
Oh, and good for her because she sucked for a little bit, then went back, made adjustments, and now
she's everything that you want a fighter to be. Right?
Yeah.
There's so many of these fighters that just keep losing. They don't change. They just get stuck in their ways. She said, I need to make a change, and that's exactly what she did. And there's really nobody tougher than her, I don't think.
Not
men
that
or
division.
Women. Men or I literally don't think there's anyone tougher than Sam Hughes.
The things she survived are incredible. Anyway, let's talk about this fight.
All right.
Piera Rodriguez, she's a nasty striker, real finishing ability. She plots forward, lets her hands fly in what is more of a controlled brawl than anything because she goes. She commits, she lets it go, and she knows what she's doing, but it's not like a technical point kickboxing match, right? It's like she's bombing away, but she is being very... it's odd. It's reckless and not at the same time, but she will get in the pocket, bomb away, and look for that finish. She wings those punches, puts her hips into all of it. She is defensively sound on the ground as well. She's got plenty of takedown offense with 11 takedowns in 3 fights, but she got no control whatsoever. She'll take you down. You can weasel your way back out of there. She's taking on Gillian Robertson. Gillian Robertson is a grappler, primarily a wrestler. She has not had an easy road in the UFC. You see 11 wins and 7 losses there. Her 4 most recent losses were JJ Aldrich, Miranda Maverick, Tyler Santos, and Macy Barber.
By the way, I'm so glad you mentioned that name, Angela, because she has a fight coming up against my girl, Amanda Ebos, and she's
going to lose a bad decision.
Finally going to get put away. You will never hear about Macy ever again. Her arm is going to get ripped off her fucking shoulder by Amanda Ebos, and you guys can all thank me later. That might be a $3,000 bet on Amanda Ebos.
Well, the way judges see...
Oh, she's going to submit
Macy
the
Barber,
shit out of Macy Barber. Submit the shit out of her.
Well, anyway, back to this fight. Gillian Robertson is a grappler. She gets the takedown. She's averaging about 2 per fight. And that is important in this matchup because Piera Rodriguez can separate Gillian's head from her body if Gillian's just going to stand with her. And I think this is a clear Pajeda pick. Like, I am shocked Gillian Robertson is the favorite. You're making that face. I'm surprised Gillian Robertson's the favorite. I think she's only the favorite because of that win over Rose at that grappling match on New Year's Eve. Who cares?
Dominated her.
Yeah, but Rose is like a head case, mental midget.
Pat's
I'm wrong.
I'm Pat hears this.
I actually spent some time with Pat in a locker room.
I bet you.
How
many
and super cool guy. Couldn't be a cool guy. But he's like a shy weirdo. Like just was like head down in the corner.
Was he grooming you?
Being a shy weirdo. No, there's a bunch of us there. I wasn't the one being groomed. Anyway, Gillian Robertson is very good, very dangerous grappler. We just saw it in her last fight, but I think she's going to struggle with Pajeda's hands, so she's going to have a hard time closing the gap. I think she's going to struggle with the takedowns. Is you laughing at this fruit basket?
No. Nope. I read the comment, then I looked at her face and fuck it.
Okay.
You don't know what it is?
I'll find it in a second. Anyway, I think Gillian needs the takedowns to win this fight. I think she's going to have a little bit harder time getting the takedowns than you think because she has to close the distance. And then even her takedowns are not spectacular. She took down Maria Agapova, submitted her, but it wasn't the easiest thing in the world. And Maria Agapova has less than no takedown defense. Jakey boy, what do you think?
The biggest surprise for me in breaking down this fight is don't look at it right now. Don't look at the graphic. Do you know how old Gillian Robertson is?
Now I do because I looked at the graphic, but I never would have thought that.
I would, if you would have asked me, I would have said 36, 37, and that has nothing to do with the way she looks. That's just because we've been breaking down her fights, right? She's been in the UFC, it seems like, forever. It seems like everybody has fought Gillian Robertson at some point. She has all that experience, and she's still only 27 years old. So she literally isn't even in her prime of her career. She's going to keep improving. I think that's a big part of this fight because she's already just an incredible grappler. I got to imagine every single fight she's going to get better with the striking, going to get better with the wrestling. And I think that there is grappling in this match, and I think I trust Gillian to be able to win those sweeps against Rodriguez, who you mentioned can't really hold girls down, but will engage in the grappling. If you're Rodriguez, you cannot go to the ground. You cannot go to the ground with Gillian Robertson. If you go to the ground, you have to be a good control wrestler. That's how people beat Gillian. Yes, they will engage in the grappling, but they have good control. The girls that she's fought on the ground, Miranda Maverick, Macy Bar, whatever it is, have been able to control her on the ground or be able to defend her takedowns, because Gillian will shoot takedowns, but they're not the best takedowns. So defend hers or control her on the ground. And I just don't think Rodriguez will do either one of those. I think she will engage in the wrestling, try to win sweeps instead of defending takedowns, or work her own takedowns. And Gillian is just so good in scrambles, getting your back. And once she's on your back, she will not leave, and she will submit you. I mean, you mentioned the Rose, whatever, but I mean, she literally just boom, 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 and it's over. And all Rose had to worry about was being submitted. And there's other aspects now. I actually, I don't want to say I love Gillian's matchup because jiu-jitsu nerds, we've been burned time and time again, and that's exactly what she is. But I think this is a good matchup for her to get that done.
Yeah, I'm obviously on the other side here. I do have a small quarter of a unit bet on Piera Rodriguez. I got a plus 102. You get a little bit better odds right now. Quarter unit. The unit for me is $100. 25. I threw $25 on it. They'll give me a little more than 50 back. I just think her hands are too good. She's too dangerous. And Gillian's takedowns are not like incredible. She has takedowns, obviously, but they're not. It's not like it's a guarantee
for her if people take her down, because she's very good at sweeps, even from the bottom. She's good at sweeps and stuff. Yeah, for her offensive wrestling, it's not great. And if this doesn't go to the ground, I agree. I think Rodriguez should dominate this fight.
Yeah, but she is coming down in weight. She's going to be big, and I tend to favor wrestlers normally because they can control where this fight goes. In order for this to stay standing and for Piera to win, Piera's takedown defense needs to be top notch, and if she makes one mistake, it could be a problem.
I think it's Piera because she's not Brazilian.
Yeah,
people are really letting you have it in the
anything's
chat
possible.
for culture insensitivity.
What about that?
Ooh, wow!
That the chat?
Now you're making fun of
speech
me with a
mental
handicap.
It's more than just mental; it's physical as well. Show them
people
the legs.
People are asking me after this weekend, are you a handicapper? No, I'm just handicapped.
Anyway, so you and I are split on this one as well. The odds have flipped. A couple fights on this card. Gillian Robertson opened as an underdog, now became a favorite. If last week told us anything, it's to follow that line movement, follow the actual line movement, not the opening odds. So do what you want with that line movement tracker. If you want to see that breakdown, that line movement for every single fighter on this card, you're going to get the opening line, the current line, the implied probability, and what percentage that line has moved. That is all available to premium members right now at WeWantPicks.com. It's only $10 a month, even if you don't care about the bets at all. Between the line movement tracker, the DraftKings optimizer, the 38 columns of detailed data and metrics, all of that is worth far more than there's people that sell
even
a
if you just want
spreadsheet.
To support the channel. We've had people reach
literally
out and say,
just to support
I
the
don't even
channel,
use the premium. I'm not a bettor, but I enjoy the show. And here's $10 a month to show support for the channel. And we appreciate those probably more than anyone, honestly, because they get nothing in return.
And it is only $100 a year. If you buy a full year up front, it's $100. You get yourself a discount there. WeOwnPicks.com, all of that on the website. Just click become a member.